Hi, everyone. This is Kim Reineke again. I suffer from Parkinson's and essential tremors. I just wanted to follow up from my um, video from last week, how and give you an update. Um, Last week, I had found out that disability had denied me for the second time, and it wreaked havoc on my body when I found that out. Um, I filed for disability when I had it was prior to my Parkinson's diagnosis. It was in November of 2019 when I filed the first time. Um, I was denied. I filed under my essential tremors and also my depression and anxiety diagnosis. Um, that was denied the first time. I believe it was May of 2020. Um, and I had, as most of you know, um, I had almost 2 year span of time where my obvious physical symptoms had started. And then my other symptoms, my non-motor symptoms like my cognitive and memory, my cognitive functions, my memory started really getting bad. Um, I was unable to, I still cannot multitask. I can only finish one task at a time, and it takes much longer to do so. Um, typing used to, typing in a 5 minute email or a 2 minute email now takes me a half an hour to an hour sometimes. My writing has become much worse. It's not smaller, which is the typical symptom of Parkinson's. Um, my tremors just, and even just trying to control my hand, even when it's not tremoring, which I now have a continual tremor all the time in my left hand, which is my dominant hand. So since October of 2020, I actually had a sinus infection, which my symptoms were a sore throat, headache, fatigue. So all of those were symptoms of COVID as well, as many of you probably well know. So that was my COVID scare, where I had to get the COVID test or get tested for COVID. So as the days went on and my sickness had lasted for about, I believe it was 10 days. It was 8 or 10 days. And my Parkinson's symptoms were triggered by the sickness. And then also, I was taking Mucinex to help with my cold symptoms or my sinus symptoms, which that also compounded my Parkinson's and my essential tremor symptoms during the time that I was sick. Prior to that, I had been doing very well for about 2 to 3 months. My tremors, all of my symptoms had been minimally affecting my body and my life. I was doing exercising every day. I was doing physical therapy with a physical therapist that is certified in the Big and Loud program for Parkinson's. So he got my body moving again without the major symptoms. I also had started the Rocksteady exercises twice a week as well. Every day, well, 5 days a week, I was exercising, I was walking, I was moving. I felt like a whole new person again. And then after I had gotten sick in October, as I mentioned, that started my downhill spiral, which I had, whenever my symptoms flare up, I actually have a calendar where I put them all in there. Each day that I have a symptom, um, my or my off time, which I take my medication. I take carbidopa, levodopa, 3 times a day, 3 tablets 3 times a day, and I take them exactly 4 hours apart. That's what I was told by my neurologist, my movement disorder specialist. So in the month of November, I had slowly started having my symptoms return. I believe I had about 4 days in November where my symptoms had gotten worse. I also had started feeling more anxious, and getting snippy, that type of thing. And that's due to the anxiety. So my primary care doctor had increased my dose of Doxepin, which is an antidepressant, and it helps calm because what Parkinson's does, it not only affects your dopamine, it also affects your serotonin levels and things like that. So that's why I get snippy and I get anxious. So that's the reason why that happens. And depression, anxiety is very, very common in Parkinson's as well as essential tremors. So he upped my dosage of my Doxepin, and he also added Paxil. So that helped tremendously with my emotional end of it. But as I mentioned, the physical aspect of it was getting worse and worse. In the month of December, I believe I had 9 or 10 off periods or flare ups where my symptoms had gotten so bad where I just felt like crap. I'm tremoring. My balance is off and things like that. So each time I have one of my flare ups or off periods, it just seems like another thing is added to it where it's just getting worse and worse. So that makes me feel like my carbidopa levodopa is not working as well as it did initially. So I do have an appointment with my neurologist next Tuesday. So I've already emailed her as well as my primary care to let them know what symptoms I have been having and how often, things like that. And so that they can be aware of it. Both of them are always on the same page. I contact both of them with everything. So, as many of you saw last week when I had my denial, my second denial from for my disability, my disability attorney had actually told me that they had actually denied it in October, but no one from Social Security office contacted me or my disability attorney. So she had filed an appeal, of course, immediately, and she also had requested an emergent hearing so that I can go in front of a judge and, you know, he can see how I'm affected. And as so many of you know, this disease, and this is why I do these videos, because I want people to share this to their families, their friends, everything. We all know, we all experience how this disease can go from day to day or even hour by hour. So, like the day that I found out from my disability attorney that I had been denied back in October, but they didn't notify us, and she had found out actually last Tuesday. I had had a really good day. I had done my rock steady class. I was feeling good. My symptoms were very minimal. And as soon as she told me, I answered the phone. I sounded good, no tremoring except for my hand. And I was feeling very, very good. And as soon as she told me that I had been denied for the second time, I lost it. My whole body lost it. Literally, someone flipped a switch and it was full on symptoms. So as I bawled my eyes out to her, and she was so very sweet, she explained to me, you know, what's going to happen. And that's, I felt the need that I needed to put my video out there last Tuesday, because I know so many of you, I've heard stories and I've gotten so many responses from all of you, comments about what you've experienced, and, you know, giving me support on just saying, hey, hang in there, you'll get it. One of my Parkinson's warriors or essential tremor warriors, I can't remember which one it was, had mentioned to me that they had gone through something similar, and that they ended up reaching out to their senator and their local representative or a congressman. So with that advice, I actually did that. I contacted our local representative here, and just so happens, and I emailed her and our senator in my state. I copied both of them on the email. I stated what had occurred, things about what I've experienced with this disease and what I've learned, and that there's so many of us out there that have had the same issues with trying to get disability. And lo and behold, it was an hour after I sent that email, which was late Tuesday night. My local representative emailed me back, and she told me how sorry she was that I was experiencing something so horrible, with not only getting denied twice for my disability, but for also someone my age to be diagnosed with this horrendous disease, because her husband was diagnosed with Parkinson's. So that really gave me hope again. It really touched my heart. She said she was praying for me. I said the same for her and her family and her husband. She did forward my email to my congressman. The caseworker for my congressman emailed me and called me the very next day. My senator's office also responded. His representative from his office had emailed me as well. And she'd seen that my local representative had told me that my congressman's office was going to reach out to me. So I got responses in less than 24 hours from all of them, which was amazing. I was completely astounded and grateful, so very grateful at the same time. So the representative from my congressman's office, his title is a caseworker. I did speak to him on the phone, and he had sent me a privacy release form so that they could contact Social Security Disability on my behalf and see what they could do to help get my case heard and I guess you would say moved up and get more attention from Social Security Disability. So I'm so very grateful for them, especially during this time while we are under this pandemic. I know that there are so many more important things that they need to concentrate on. And the pandemic is the biggest thing. Plus, today was the inauguration of President Biden. So I know things are crazy hectic with all of the politicians at any level. So that just gave me a huge bit of relief. Well, it's not bit, it's a ton of relief. Again, I wanted to go back to my symptoms progressing worse. As I said, in December, I had 9 or 10 days where I had flare-ups, not my normal symptoms, but a true flare-up where my body is going crazy. So as I spoke to my therapist, whom I speak to every Friday, I had told her I'd been keeping track of my flare-ups, and so far in the month of January, I had, going to go back and recount here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And today I'm tremoring a little bit. But 10 days out of 19 or 20 days, 10 days out of 20 days, I've had major off periods or flare-ups to the point where I can't drive. I can't really do a whole lot of anything. I try to still exercise because during the time that I'm exercising, it does tend to calm my tremors a little. Um, but then after I get done exercising, it just comes right back. So it's really wild how that works. Um, I've been getting a lot more rigidity and stiffness in my legs, my knees, my back, and my heels, and right where my Achilles tendon is. Um, and I had that um, earlier, uh, earlier in the year of 2020, um, before I had the medication had started really working, and I had started the physical therapy. So prior to all of that, the physical therapy really helped with the rigidity and the pain in my knees, my back, and my heels and Achilles tendons, um, because that's part of Parkinson's. Um, so because I haven't been able to exercise as much because my tremors have been so dominant this month, um, my my pain and my rigidity has gotten worse. I at least try to ride my exercise bike to help work out that stiffness. Um, I do have good days still, but it's more like every other day than, a couple of weeks or a couple of months. That is how our disease works, unfortunately. When I see my neurologist next week, more than likely she is going to have to adjust my medication because the dosage I'm on right now in the carbidopa levodopa is no longer working effectively. Um, so I know that that is going to happen. And I hate that it has happened in such a short period of time when we had such success with it initially. Um, and having to change the dose again when it took a month to get the dosage correct when I was first put on it. It took three or four dosage changes in a month to really hit that right dosage. So now I worry that um, each time I get changed medications or dosage or whatever, it's not going to last as long. I know I shouldn't worry about that. I should just, live and be thankful for the good days, which I am very thankful. But as quickly as this has happened in this short of a period of time, and how badly my symptoms can progress and get worse, it does concern me. No doubt in my mind. Um, but fingers crossed, we'll be able to find something that will be able to get better control and last longer. That's what my biggest hope is, and also my disability, because although I have had good days and I have worked a little bit here and there, and mainly um, most of my income has come from what's called referral fees because I'm a real estate agent. So um, I can refer one of my clients to another agent within my office and charge a referral fee so that that other agent, if I'm not capable, which that's happened a couple of times last year, when if I'm not capable to complete my job and complete a transaction, then they can do that. They can take care of my client, and I can charge that agent a referral fee, which means I get a portion of the commission that they make off the transaction. That, and also I've been trying to find a way to help my mother sell her business because she wants to retire, which is, she owns an Asian market, so it's a little bit more difficult, especially during this time, during COVID. People, have either gotten laid off, furloughed, things like that. So they may not have the money, although she has had a record year because of COVID. She has she's made more in 2020 than she has in any other year. And that's because she's an Asian market. She has Asian foods. She sells groceries. So, and she's right outside of one of the largest Marine Corps air stations in the country. So that has helped her. And I have been able to put ads, contact Asian newspapers and put ads in the newspapers. I've been helping her do her bookkeeping at home. I've been able to, and all this is done on computer and just when I have time and when I feel good. So that's been one good thing. So she has, paid me for that so that I can keep my insurance, which is through healthcare.gov. So, because I cannot get on Medicaid until I get disability, because I'm approved with disability, because I am, although according to my doctors, I have a disability, until the government states that I am disabled, I can't even get Medicaid. So it's the system and the bureaucracy and the red tape has got to change. And that is exactly what I stated when I contacted my representative, the congressman and the senator. It's got to change. It has to. It's not. They make it too hard for us to get what we need. So, anyways, I'm going to wrap this one up because this sun that's coming in is really, the sun's starting to set, so it's really throwing my video. But I just wanted to let you know that I have had, my body has calmed tremendously since last Tuesday when I posted my last video. And I want to thank everyone so much for all of the concerns, the support, the comments, the advice, everything that you have given me, especially regarding my last video. It was, and I hope I've reached out to everyone and thanked you for your comments, either liked it, loved it, or responded back in some way, shape, or form, because it has made a huge difference. We're all here to support each other. And, if there's something that we can do that can help our fellow warriors fighting either disease, it makes us feel like we actually have true and honest support, because nobody understands what we live with, what we go through. Even our loved ones or friends, nobody can fully understand. So thank you so much for being there for me and for all of us being there for each other. We need it. We deserve it. That is for sure. What we have to live through and live with every single day can be pure hell. And some days you just don't even want to be on this earth anymore. So having you guys be there helps me want to stay on this earth and helps me want to keep pushing, 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 and change, help make changes happen, and keep living my life, my new normal life. So thank you again. And please share this with anyone and everyone that you possibly can so that we can raise awareness. There's the essentialtremor.org. There is foundation. There is the Davis Phinney Foundation for Parkinson's. There is also the Michael J. Fox Foundation, who has raised the most funds for Parkinson's. So just, I wanted to put those out there. But thank you again, everyone, so much for your support and your caring. And let's continue to fight. Thank you so much. Oh, I will be posting another video after my appointment with my neurologist next Tuesday. So I don't know if I'm going to do the video on Tuesday or if I'll do it on Wednesday, but I will have it. I will post one. So thank you again, everyone. And I look forward to talking to you soon.